When a new lead messages your business, how fast do you answer? If the honest answer is when I get a chance, you're feeding your competitors. So I built a machine that never forgets to follow up. It texted this customer back in 9 seconds. Then it followed up until he booked. Here's the brutal truth about leads. When someone fills in your quote form, yours isn't the only tab they have open. They message you and 2 of your competitors. Whoever answers first sounds the most professional. Usually, that's whoever happens to be near their phone. If you're a plumber, you're under a sink. If you run a salon, your hands are full. So the lead sits there. An hour later, they have booked someone else. It's not a marketing problem, you already paid for that click. It's a follow-up problem. And follow-up is exactly the kind of boring, repetitive job a machine should be doing for you. This is the whole machine. 1 n8n workflow, 3 lanes. Lane 1 catches the lead and texts them back instantly. A real, personal text, not a template blast. Lane 2 is the machine part. It watches every lead, and if they go quiet, it nudges them. Politely and only a limited number of times. Lane 3 takes over the moment they reply. It stops the nudges, marks the lead hot, and keeps the conversation going until they book a call. There's no database to install. And the AI runs on OpenRouter's free model tier, so there's no subscription to buy. If you can import a file, you can run this. Let me show you each lane. First, the catch. n8n has a form trigger. It hosts a real form for you, for free. Mine has 3 fields, your name, phone number, and what do you need. That gives you a link you can put anywhere. Your website, your Google business profile, your Instagram bio. Already have a form on your site? There's a second door. A webhook. Think of it as a letterbox with an address. Point your existing form at that address and it drops into the same machine. Both doors lead to the same place, so you don't rebuild anything. Someone fills this in and the machine wakes up. Next, the only node you'll ever edit. Business info. This is where you teach the machine who it works for. Your business name, what you actually do, the rules it must never break. Mine says, sound human, never pushy, and never promise prices. Then 2 numbers that make the machine yours. How many minutes to wait before following up. And the maximum number of nudges before it politely gives up. 2 nudges, then stop. You set this once, and every lane reads from it. Change your services next year? You edit 1 node, not 10. Now, where does it remember all this? Here's the trick that keeps this beginner-friendly. There's no separate database to set up. n8n workflows have a built-in memory called static data. Think of it as a filing cabinet bolted onto the workflow. Every lead gets a card. Their name, what they asked for, and a status. New, waiting, hot, or cold. A little code node files the card the second a lead arrives. You install nothing. You pay for nothing. And you'll see in a minute, this cabinet keeps its cards even when the server restarts. One honest caveat. This cabinet is built for a small business's flow of leads, not thousands. When you outgrow it, the template ships with a Google Sheets add-on. Flip it on and every lead lands in a spreadsheet too. Then the clever part. 1 call to an AI model on OpenRouter. I'm using Google's Gemma, and you'll watch it work in a second. It writes 3 things at once. The first text, a backup nudge for later, and a temperature, hot, warm, or cold. Watch it work. Tabo's geyser burst this morning. His bathroom is flooding. 9 seconds after he hits submit, his phone buzzes. Hi Tabo. So sorry to hear about the burst geyser. That sounds incredibly stressful. Would you like us to come by later today? Or tomorrow morning? It read his panic and it offered today. Graded, hot. Lindio wants a bathroom renovation next month. She gets a friendly reply, no rush, a chat tomorrow. Graded, warm. Same workflow, different judgment. That's the difference between an autoresponder and a machine that actually reads the message. Lane 2 is embarrassingly simple. A schedule trigger fires every minute and asks 1 question. Who went quiet? It checks every card in the cabinet. Anyone past their follow-up window gets the nudge the AI already wrote for them. Here's the one landing on Lindio's phone. Hi Lindio, just checking if you received my last message? Happy to chat about your bathroom project whenever you're ready. Personal because it was written for her, not for everyone. And after the maximum number of nudges, the card flips to cold and the machine stops. Nobody gets spammed. That one rule is what makes this safe to run on real customers. Now the part that genuinely surprised me. Tabo hasn't replied yet. His nudge is due in 2 minutes. So let's do something evil. I'm killing the server. The whole thing. Gone. This is every automation's nightmare. The follow-up that silently never happens. Now restart it and watch the executions. The machine checks the filing cabinet, sees Tabo's nudge is overdue, and sends it anyway. Nothing was lost. Because the memory lives inside the workflow, not inside the computer's temporary brain. Your follow-ups survive a crash, a restart, a reboot. For a business tool, that's not a nice-to-have. That's the whole point. And lane 3, Tabo texts back, "Yes, please. Tomorrow morning would be great. What time can you come?" 3 things happen in the same second. The nudges stop instantly. His card flips to hot. And the AI answers with memory. "Perfect. I can have a plumber there tomorrow morning between 8 and 10. Does that window work for you?" It knew exactly which job this was. It offered a real-time window. It's driving toward one thing, a booked call. That's a lead that came in through a form, got answered in seconds, got followed up automatically, and turned into an appointment. And you were under a sink the entire time. Want this exact machine? The template is the first link in the description. Import 2 files into n8n, open business info, type in your business, done. 10 minutes, tops, and the README covers the 2 server settings that make the memory stick. It ships in demo mode, so every text lands in a built-in phone simulator. You can test the whole machine before a single real SMS goes out. When you're ready, flip demo mode off and connect Twilio. That's the texting service, and the one piece that does cost a little money when you go live, then point your real form at it. And it's built to stack. Lead Rescue catches your missed calls. Front Desk answers and books jobs. The lead machine chases every form lead so you don't have to. Together, that's a front office that never sleeps. Grab the lead machine template below, and if you want the whole front office, Lead Rescue and Front Desk are right next to it. The free starter pack is there too. Subscribe for one real AI automation build every week.